why many are getting into the logistics business. The big conglomerate in the country right now is also, it's on the buying spree, M&A, merging and acquisition, joint venture and so on into the logistics industry. Why? It is because, sabi ko nga, it's always integral in any businesses. So if you're going to invest, you might as well get into this type of industry.
In this video, we have a 20-year business veteran in the vlog. You've seen him in the previous videos. The CEO of V-Cargo, PAULO TIBIG, is in the vlog. So PAULO, before I ask you the questions, how are you first? How's everything? How's life in Bataan?
Hello, magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Magandang araw, Marvin. Magandang araw sa mga viewers natin all over, no? Alam naman natin na itong show na to napakatagal na. Tsaka talagang commitment. Define na commitment talaga ni Marvin. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat.
So PAULO, you've been in the business landscape for more than 20 years already. In this channel kasi we analyze companies sa Philippines, and iba yung perspective ng analyst, iba yung perspective ng accountant, iba yung perspective ng economist. For this video, I want them to hear from a perspective of a business person naman. So, as you all know, lockdown affected yung economy. I'm gonna give certain sectors or certain business, and then sabi mo, tell us, malaki ba epekto nito and what can we expect from all of this? Ganon. So, first industry that I want to tackle is property development. Yung mga condos, malls, business districts, tas kasama na rin doon yung siguro effect ng POGO, and since majority of them sarado pa ngayon kasi walang mga malls, how will they be impacted?
For most of the industries, kunyari, okay, property, real estate, whether you're into service type, nasa retail ka, food or whatever, etc., talagang apektado. Now, talking about sa property, remember, merong parang encouragement ng gobyerno ngayon na una-una, wala munang maniningil, wala munang mga fees, and then even yung mga loans nga, di ba, yung mga stimulus package ng gobyerno to really help yung mga iba-ibang industriya. Now, with property sector, how will it be affected? Definitely it will be. Kasi, di ba, yung purchasing power right now ng tao, medyo will be put on hold. Probably ang sasabi natin dito will be suspended for a while. If you're in the property sector, real estate sector, suspension of possible purchases, suspension of possible development, whatever you're into vertical, horizontal projects and so on, or in general, nasa real estate property industry ka, you'll be doing na ano yung mga pwede namin i-adjust at this point regarding with the projects. Or kung meron ka man, kunyari, if you're in the purchasing way, parang ibig sabihin, tumitingin ka ng mga pwede mong bilhin, di ba, na property, etc. Maybe that's one of the parang good side at this point. Meaning to say, so there would be some that they will sell their properties. There will be some that they will be parang disposing some of these assets probably to get cash. Kasi ngayon, ang mahalaga ngayon, cash. Wala tayong pera, walang trabaho. So, possibilities are, pwedeng magbaba ng presyo. Pwedeng, if you're in the lookout, maybe, ako nga, kung meron lang akong perang additional, magka-crowd source ako. Looking for affordable, reasonable property. Alam mo yun, those things, if you're brave enough to do it, why not? So long as you can do, di ba? Parang ganyan. Now, sabi, yung isang natanong mo, bro, no? Yung sabi mo, POGO, di ba? Sabi mo nga, how it will be impacted. Definitely, yung sa mga related to this type of work and industry and jobs, meron talaga yan. But, anong ibig sabihin na meron talaga? They may operate. In fact, pinag-uusapan nga lately in the news, parang past few days, parang yung modified version would make some industry na ibalik na. Pero modified, unti-unti. Example, if you have, kunyari, 200-seater of BPO call center or POGO, maybe it's going to be just about 75 to 100. Why? Because of physical distancing. I don't know if this kind of industry can also innovate wherein they will do it work from home. I don't know, I'm not an IT person, hindi tayo IT person, but baka that could be one adjustment wherein they can still operate kahit parang work from home ang setup. Siyempre, yun nga lang, merong question about system, alam mo yun, technicalities, and so on and so on. So, in terms of industry that can be affected related to real estate or property, definitely, it will take a while for people to have that confidence again and to ensure na magkaroon pa rin ng tuloy-tuloy na maayos na negosyo. But no bubble. Ako, personal opinion ko, wala namang magiging bubble dyan. It's just that there would be some, yung mga disposable income ng mga tao, medyo alam mo yun, ipa-prioritize nila. And definitely what would be the priority? It would be food. It would be yung mga sa bahay muna, sa household muna. Doon lalaro yung at least yung sector na yun.
So it's safe to say that yung property sector 2020, 2021, yung growth na project sa kanya, possibly wala siya masyado, it won't grow as what's projected kasi wala masyadong bibili kahit normal na tao na may pambili ng bahay pero threatened yung trabaho niya, baka hindi muna siya bibili ngayon.
Totoo yun, yung activity kasi sa property sector, talagang medyo maglilelo yan. Kasi nga, kung ang tanong mo yung growth, then definitely baka nga mag-stagnant eh. Alam mo yun, in fact, di ba, overall, yung sa ekonomiya nga, they're looking at parang napaka-nil na percentage kung magkakaroon man ng increase this year pa. And that could happen probably baka mga third or fourth quarter ng taon na to. Meaning to say, by then, tapos na yung 2020. So, leading up to 2021. So kaya nga sabi ko kanina earlier, yung confidence building measure kasi ang pinaka dapat mangyari. So how you get that confidence? Definitely dapat meron ng pang-injection, may vaccine na, may gamot na. Kasi so long as maglilinger pa rin yung thought na natatakot ang tao, hindi makalabas, hindi makatrabaho ng tama, everything is abnormal, then definitely the purchases, the sector in itself, activity will not be 100%. For sure. So that's going to be at least for the next quarters to come. So projected wise, safe assumption at this point, parang no growth at all. If only parang the worst scenario case when you do your planning on the properties. That's my personal take on not on the industry side, parang on the lookout yung view ko. Parang an outsider view from the industry.
Okay yan kasi that's what we're doing here. We're getting a lot of opinions from different people. So, as you all know guys, silipin nyo na lang yung mga companies na under that. Pero long range yan from Mega World, Robinsons Land, Vista Land, Santa Lucia, Century, SM, Ayala Land, and iba-iba rin yung mga industries that they cater to, their properties will cater to. Now, very, very connected to the property sector. Banking. Siyempre, if tingin mo hihina yung pagbili ng property, majority of the people who buy properties naglo-loan. Pero I'm not just saying about property loans also. Of course, may mga humihiram para sa kotse, may humihiram para sa business, may credit cards, may personal loan. How do you see the banking sector in times like this? And if I'm an investor na kunyari, may nag-offer sa'yo, invest kayo sa bangko ko. Do you think it's a good time based on what's happening, or do you think they will also be hit?
Alamin muna natin ano ba tong ginagawa ng bangko na kunyari mag-i-invest ako, for example, di ba? Are they innovating? Are they adapting to the changes that is happening around us? Lalo na in this crisis. In fact, there are banks right now na nag-stand out. Why? They have parang proven that yung mga ginawa nila na differentiator just a few years ago is now working well. And it's a validation that if you try to innovate things on the services, kunyari, I will not mention the bank, but then again, they're one of the leading banks who have innovated and who made digitalization as part of their core competencies at this point. So, isipin na lang po natin kung anong bangko yon. Although, in fact, nakasama ko lang yung daughter ng owner last week in one session, also in one online forum. Mamaya bro, bubulong ko na lang sa'yo. Ha?
alam ko na yan.
Oo. Alam ko.
Lahat yung banking industry sinusundan ko talaga kasi I'm a fan of digital transformation So anything that is done digital, that's the future
So ito yung game changer. So meaning to say, if you're going to invest, di ba? Kunyari on banks, at least sa banking sector tayo, try to look for a bank that is working well on digitalization of their services. So meaning to say, ito yung mananagana at this point. Yung mga iba mapag-iiwanan. Alam nyo, kung talagang wais tayo in terms of investment, ito dapat yung isang major factor. Why? People will now tend to, hindi ko naman sinasabing magkakaroon ng brand shifting. What we're talking about, there would be some that will be lured and will be, be enticed because of those things. Sila ngayon yung mamamayagpag. They will fly now and looking at, it's the best option to invest on them. Kung merong isang learning out of this, at least in the loan, di ba? Parang as much as possible, if you have the money, if you have the surplus, di ba? Parang hanggat maaari, huwag kang mag-loan. Dumating ang point na we need also to utilize this loan portfolio. Kasi for cash flow purposes, for fund allocation. So ang key lang dito, dapat we pay them on time, talagang we're good borrower and so on. Kung magiging lenient ang mga bangko for deferment of payment and then mapaliit nila yung interest or in fact in the business sector, yun nga yung mga nilalapi. Sana wala mo ng interest, alam mo yun, yung payment mapagaan and so on. Probably just to get the things for negosyante, for OFW, for mga borrowers na maka-adapt muna, lalo na to get the fund needed to pay those loan obligations. Parang ganyan.
Yung question ko doon is this, so that being said, kung madaming hindi makabayad tapos madami rin hindi magpa-purchase ngayon, the biggest income generator pa rin ng bangko yung loan department nila, yung pinapera. Yun, kung ikaw mismo mag-i-invest ka sa bangko, would you be a bit conservative muna ngayon since tingin mo baka hindi muna, they might not grow, baka my money might be I might try to think of different stocks muna. So sector-wise, unang-una kanina property development, not so much. Banking will grow, not grow so much.
Similar ako, mas magiging what's the right term in the industry, parang mas magiging conservative ako in terms of invest. Baka nga totally wag po.
Okay.
Alam mo yun, kasi parang ayaw naman natin na wait and see attitude, di ba? Ayaw naman natin ganun kasi nga, di ba, kaya nga kung minsan gusto natin pagka ganito may mga crisis, yan yung mga for some na talagang medyo driven tsaka medyo matatapang, talagang parang fearless forecast sila, di ba? Diyan sila nagiging sagana. But then again, just to be safe, kasi remember, hard-earned money natin And then when you invest on things, parang you now prioritize on areas wherein probably an active income way versus passive, yung titignan ko muna. Kasi I need easy, parang kailangan ko ang pinakamabilis na cash. Alam mo yun, bro, yung parang ganun, gusto ko magbilis na cash So hindi ko naman sinasabing wag mo nang ituloy investment mo. Sasabi lang natin siguro nga dito, you may be more conservative, you may be more parang on the lookout on where does the money will go well, at the same time, mas paano siya mas mapabilis mapapakita. So I'm not biased doing active work, active income. But then again, if it will take you parang kunyari, parang just a few weeks or months lamang kumikita na yung pera mo to invest, why not get into it? So ganun na mangyayari.
So banking, property, not so good. Agriculture.
Oh, upside.
Okay.
Ayan na. Well,
why do you think agriculture will do better naman?
To begin with, they will be at the forefront. In fact, ngayon, sila ang nasa forefront ngayon of an industry that is really working well in terms of income. So, ibig sabihin, mas kasi priority natin ngayon ang pagkain. Since mas priority pagkain, definitely yung increase of agricultural requirements will definitely increase. Kasi, di ba, remember, those who are investing in agriculture previously, alam naman natin agriculture is a very good game changer. So, ibig sabihin, if you're going to invest on that, and many people will take into business wherein agri-products are the main or the produce are the main raw mats, then definitely there would be a demand na magiging mataas talaga yung demand. The problem lamang last few weeks or last few days, diba parang yung mga supply nagsusobra-sobra. Kasi nga because of logistical problem. Lagi ko sasabi, it's cool to be in agriculture, everyone. So meaning to say, why even DA right now, on the smaller scale, backyard lamang, ini-encourage tayo to sustain us for kahit ano lang na pangdagdag ng pagkain natin. So ano ibig sabihin? The increase is much likely to be higher in terms of the demand for agri-products.
So agriculture, very, very positive. Ito naman, yung oil prices bumagsak ng sobra sa buong mundo. Oil companies, what do you think? What's your take on this? How do you think? Magre-recover ba sila or ano yung pinaka mangyayari sa kanila? Tapos, since idudugtong ko na rin, since medyo connected doon, oil companies, then siguro logistics also, since you know a lot about the logistics industry. So, madami rin tayong companies na nasa stock market na nasa logistics.
Low side pa rin, if I may say, again in the next few months. Kasi nga, it's consumption driven. So, if people consumes it, di ba, the more that the prices is okay and the investment is okay. But since walang masyadong consumption, so definitely bababa yan. It follows the rule na, di ba, less demand mean syempre less income and then less investment. So that's my take on the oil industry. But then again, it will bounce back sooner. Sooner it will bounce back. Once again, everything will be normalized. Parang ang dating kasi for all our viewers, no, everything follows now with the normalcy of things. Parang ang forecast ko nga right after kung eventually sana mag-normalize everything, magkakaroon naman ng surge. Lahat naman ng industriya in terms of investment, lahat ng consumption, lahat ng consumer preference, magkakaroon naman ng surge yan. Why? Kung meron na ulit sweldo, meron ulit na trabaho, gagastos ulit yan Pupunta ng mall, bibili ng pagkain, bibili ng damit. Sabi ko nga, naka-anchor lahat yan doon sa normalcy. Yun. So that follows with that industry. Now, logistics, they will always be part of the integral chain of any businesses. Bakit sobrang laki at very attractive ang industriya na to, not just in the Philippines but overseas in terms of investment? Ang keyword na naman, physical distribution kasi hindi mawawala. Regardless of the season, regardless of katulad nitong matinding crisis, lagi siyang nandiyan. Why many are getting into the logistics business? The big conglomerate in the country right now is also, it's on the buying spree, M&A, merging and acquisition, joint venture and so on into the logistics industry. Why? It is because, sabi ko nga, it's always integral in any business. So if you're going to invest, you might as well get into this type of business.
I-rank ko lang yung sinasabi mo, very, very positive agriculture. Then, nasa end dito, banking, property, oil,
medyo
lower than banking or higher than banking?
Parang mas, hindi, konti lang naman versus banking.
Okay, lower. Okay. Okay, then nasa medyo gitna, ahead of banking pero before agriculture, logistics. Ito naman, construction and cement.
Well, construction, it will go back. Two things. On infra, that is government parang infra, definitely it will be back. Naririnig natin there's some reallocation of fund. But remember, sa mga ekonomista, they wanted it to continue kasi it will spur growth and spur employment. And once mag-spur ulit ng employment at growth, then consumer spending follows. Definitely, construction will be up. In fact, baka mauna pa ang government construction. Yung mga build projects natin. So, again, it will spur growth. Now, dun sa iba naman, construction pa rin to. Whether you're into buy and sell, build and sell, you're into horizontal projects, vertical projects, it will continue. Why? People will tend to buy soonest again once everything normalizes. Remember, the need sa mga bahay, whether low cost yan, mid yan, etc., will still be there. Ang kailangan lang kasi dito, yung stability of individual na magkaroon pa rin ng income, na magtuloy-tuloy yung income bago magkaroon ng March 14 lockdown. So for me, again, it's going to be on the upswing in the next few months. Babalik at babalik. Remember, this again is basic. Bahay, di ba? Siguro yung mga ibang infra development of some corporate conglomerate, medyo maglelelo ng konti. Again, wait and see attitude. But definitely, they will follow. Look at the hotel industry, for example. Di ba the hotel industry, normally mga loans yan. So yung mga loans na yon, medyo merong slowdown. Ang problema nga nila, parang ang hininga nila subsidy. Parang availment of bailout or subsidy. So ano ibig sabihin? Tinamaan talaga. But in terms of construction and so on, related to cement na rin to bro, related na rin sa cement, it will spur yung growth once build projects continues. And definitely, it's still a good way to invest in construction.
Got it. So, yung placement niya sa spectrum natin, agriculture, saan mo lalagay yung construction and cement? Higher than logistics or lower than logistics?
Siyempre, higher pa rin sa logistics yan.
Okay.
Big ticket yan mga big ticket pa rin yan.
Next industry, supermarkets, groceries, pharmacies. Yun. So you have your Pure Golds and probably mga Robinsons natin. Okay.
Diretso na, upside. In fact, I just talked to one supermarket chain in Mindanao last week. At ang sinasabi niya, mas naging busy sila sa ngayon. So again, people tend to spend pa rin at yung pera na pupunta lang talaga sa grocery, sa supermarket, and so on. So if you're talking about is it a good way to invest or to continue investing with this type of sector industry, then definitely go. Ang maganda nga rito, they're looking at adapting also, innovating ways to parang to reach their market. This is what I call, bro, as a convenience concept. If you're going to be on one sector that you wanted to get into, ito yung tamang-tamang sector. Remember, ano ba nagdadrive ng benta ng mga supermarket grocers and so on? It's basically what? The food. Diba? Yun pa rin yun. Again, saan umiikot ang pera lahat ng tao lang ngayon? Sa food. Pero ito, hindi lang naman sasabi during the crisis. Even after crisis, it will continue to spur yung growth nitong industriya. Even sa pharmaceuticals, even yung mga drugstores ngayon. Again, similarly with logistics industry, why conglomerate are looking also with pharma and mga yun nga, drugstore and so on. Why? It can form part dun sa value chain o dun sa kanilang parang tawag dito, yung utilization of fund wherein yung biggest parang increase of their take nandun sa mga industriya. At bakit din related? Siyempre, somehow, if I may add dun sa industry marks, no, yung mga hospital, yung mga health and wellness related clinics and so on. Remember ngayon, pati telemedicine, teleconsultation is now the thing of the new normal. So ano ibig sabihin? Related to that, health and wellness. Related to that, very good investment. One CEO that I have talked to siguro mga before the lockdown, he's the managing director of one telemedicine company based in Switzerland. Alam mo yung increase daw even before this COVID na sobrang taas na, napakalaki ng demand for consultation. Parang they were employing napakaraming doktor all over the Philippines for that particular parang wala lang, di ba? Tatawag ka lang tapos nagbabayad ka. Alam mo yon? And then there's another one which is recently bought just a few years ago by one biggest name in the industry ng conglomerate also, who's into real estate, who's into mall development, who's into everything, hotel, etc., etc. Binili nila yung hindi ganun kalaking parang, alam mo yun, diagnostic drugstore and so on into one. And now, that's part of the chain that they have. We see the growth potential of hospitality, of hospitals, of related health and wellness is on the what? Upswing.
Saan mo lalagay yung supermarkets? Will you put it on top of Will you put it on top of construction or lower than construction?
Somehow lower on construction. For me kasi, nando sa spectrum, parang tinitingnan natin on yung kanilang hierarchy in a way. So long as the increase in terms of growth, potential, and so on, palagay ko, it may vis-a-vis, hindi dahil sa growth in terms of the value, but in terms of the principle of growth potential and so on, sasabihin ko na parang magpapantay-pantay yan. Yun nga lang, on the absolute value, mag-iiba-iba sila. Kaya ako lang lagi sabi below construction kasi nga medyo big ticket si construction as always. Okay. Diba? Lalo na sa mga big time. Lalo sa investment.
So, for those that are watching, at nandito tayo ngayon, we have agriculture, we have construction/cement, then we have supermarkets, yung lahat ng mga chains doon. Then we have logistics, we have banking, property, then lowest natin currently oil. Last three, connected sa supermarkets, food. When I say food, yung mga Universal Robina Corporation, Pure Foods, and other companies that are highly connected to that, Century Tuna, etc.
Again, upside sila. Why? In fact, they're one of the major industry that is allowed to operate. Not exactly 100%, but definitely they need to operate. Why? It's an essential, it's basic, it's a commodity that we need, diba? Parang processed meat, manufacturing of food items, raw mats related to, kaya nga diba yung agri is related to dyan, from livestock to mga vegetable, to fish, fisheries, and so on. Kasi yun yung mga kailangan nila eh. So ibig sabihin, again, for me, it's an upside for this industry.
Where will you put it? On top, above agri, below agri, above construction, below construction? Saan siya dun sa current ranking natin?
Manufacturing kasi yan eh. Below construction ng konti.
Okay, so above supermarkets, below construction. Okay. Last two na lang. Actually, madami pa pero last two. Telecoms.
Upswing. Tuloy-tuloy ang work from home nila. And tayo lamang, di ba, the data, the prepaid, the postpaid, parang regardless of what's happening right now, the more that the increase in terms of the projection probably ng benta nila tumaas. Why? Anong ginagawa natin lahat? It's either we're in the social media, we're the end user. So nakikita natin, kung nakikita natin yung ganyan, they may have other parang potential growth at this point, or they have stalled some of the projects siguro. But then again, in terms of investment, in terms of the consumption ng tao, telecommunication is one highly consumed, diba? Even in the recent past, even to date, and even probably after this. Kasi, why? Online platform may be on the increased awareness after this crisis. So, possibilities are telco will always be at the forefront of these things. Related to that, if I may add lamang, alam mo yung, I don't know if that's part of your industry, yung sa mga electricity and so on. Utilities. Whether water utilities or yung sa electric utilities. Again, ngayon walang kalaban, taas-taas ang consumption, mahal-mahal ang bayarin, di ba? So, ano ibig sabihin? Blue chip pa rin yan. Where
will you put telco? Above food, below food? Saan siya ba? I-recap ko lang. Sinabi mo, below food. So, below food, above supermarket din siya.
Above supermarket, yes.
Above supermarket. Saan ngayon yung utilities dyan?
Mas higher siya with agri. If I may do it higher. Yung
higher pa. So, utilities is the highest so far.
Yes, so far.
Last two, media and mining.
Mining, again, I see it medyo a little bit on the slow side.
Okay. Below oil, above oil?
Below oil.
Below oil. So, mining the most hit. Okay.
Media, on the last part. Tingin ko kasi doon sa media, di ba? While we see that, di ba, integral ang media rin naman in terms of communication. But then again, you see yung operations din nila is being downgraded into parang skeletal operation pa rin. So I think they may take the last slap for your hierarchy of industry.
Okay. Recap. This is Paulo Tibig's sectoral analysis. Utilities. So when we say utilities, water, electricity. Agri, number 2. Number 3, construction. Kasama na rin sa construction, cement, particularly government big ticket projects. Number 4, telco because of data. Number 5, food kasi yun yung essential. Number 6, kung saan binibili yung food, supermarket. By the way, lahat ng sinabi ko up until supermarket, yun yung sinabi ni Paulo, puro upside. Next, medyo neutral, logistics. Okay, not sunrise, not sunset industry. Then, yung mga medyo affected, banking, property, oil, mining, and media. Final words, Paulo Tibig, go!
I think maging lang tayo, we just need to be aware of what's happening around us. Parang we try to analyze and evaluate ano ba what's good for us. If you're in the investment and you're parang really investing well over the years, it's about time siguro din na tingnan natin if it's worth our investment in this type of sector. So siguro more of realignment of priorities, more of a deep scrutiny and in-depth analysis, if I may say, para yung mga hard-earned money natin, yung mga investment natin will be really good for all of us. I think yun lang naman yun. Kasi at this point, we will never know, di ba, in the next few months what will happen. So, try to play conservatively on things that will make us more confident. So, if the confidence is back, if the economy is back, and then the normalcy hopefully will soon be back, then I guess kung ano yung mga ginagawa nyong parameters, yung mga investment guidelines na nakakatulong sa inyo, just to think na it has to be adapted also to what is happening around us from now, during crisis, and after the crisis.
Galing talaga. That's why the rich like Paulo Tibig get richer. So guys, just to give you a heads up on all of this, no, this is Paulo Tibig's analysis on the sector.
Personal opinion, everyone.
From a business standpoint, from an entrepreneurial standpoint. Pero at the end of the day, you still need to study it. Do not buy, do not invest just because someone else will say it. You need to study, you need to take the time na alam niyo yung pinapasok niyo. That's one of the biggest things na makakatulong sa inyo. Use whatever Paulo said as a reference, then you start to analyze. So, at least yung advantage nito, alam niyo na yung uunahin niyo. Okay, utilities pala kasi kailangan siya. Check, then you start to study. So, I hope you got a lot. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section. Then we'll try to figure something out on how you can help me more. If you want to contact Paulo Tibig, I'll put his details in the description if you want to engage with him or at least want to message him online as well. Sa susunod na video, on my other channel, puntahan nyo guys, Marvin Germo Podcast, pag-uusapan natin paano yumaman si Paulo Tibig, the Paulo Tibig entrepreneurial story. So it will be very, very interesting part 2. Tawid kayo sa second channel, Marvin Germo Podcast. So for those who enjoyed and stayed up until this part, I hope you guys got a lot from this. Thank you, Paulo Tibig, for the time. Alam ko sobrang busy mo, sobrang yaman mo at binibigyan mo pa rin kami ng oras para dito. But I hope this video helps you guys. Trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon and God bless you all.